Russell Westbrook has been known to set many NBA records. Being a walking triple-double, this dude sets records almost every single season. And yet again this season, he's broke a brand new record. But this one is not very good. He's the first player with under 30 seconds to go in a game with at least 15 seconds left on the shot clock and up by at least one possession to shoot the basketball. And this had LeBron James and Anthony Davis over on the top of the key and on the three-point line wondering, what the were you thinking? Oh, but it gets worse. A guy who averages a triple-double for many seasons, who always pours in 20-plus points, has scored 31 points this season over 3 games. We're going to be breaking down not only what Russell Westbrook did historically in this game, but what is going on with the Lakers. This is not a good situation. There's many telling signs, and some of these statistics and records in a bad way will expose that. Oh, and wait till we get into the middle of this video when I bring up the shot charts. Historically, where he shot this and how bad he's been. I am the NBA white guy talking all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective, and if you love that content, then make sure you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing. Now, I was broadcasting the Lakers live. Obviously, you can't show the screen, but I was doing play-by-play analysis. And at the end of the game, I got some comments on my live feed of, all right, let's see what we can do. We got the lead, and I said the one thing we got to avoid is Russell Westbrook shooting it. And as I muttered these words out, what does he do with over 15 seconds left on the shot clock, up by 1 with 30 seconds left in the game? He hoists it up from a spot that in his career, he has the lowest field goal percentage. You don't believe me? Let's go check it out. Last season for the Lakers, where he obviously shot atrocious, this is an area over on this wing where Russell Westbrook actually typically shoots pretty good. Well, 40% isn't the best, but we know right here he can bank that shot in. This is where he's more confident, and earlier in the game, we saw him hit a shot from about 19 feet off the glass. Hey, that's the old Russell Westbrook we're used to. But with 15 seconds left on the possession, you had Anthony Davis up top and LeBron James. We needed to kill a little bit of the clock. Russell Westbrook marched the ball up. Listen to what the Blazers coach Chauncey Billups had to say about their game plan against Russ.
Oh my gosh.
They put Nurk on him. Let's just listen to it.
And then I wanted to keep Nurk out there for rebounding purposes, and even offensively. You know, he came up with a big layup, in the big part of the game. But putting him on Russ, we're just gonna kind of play off of Russ in that moment, and if they come together, we was just gonna kind of go over the screen, and just allow them.
Now, going back to the stat chart, you have to realize that in the game plan of most every single NBA team right now that's going to go up against the Lakers, especially when they're faced with Russell Westbrook on the other side, they're going to do what's called pack the paint. They're not going to go out and guard anybody. And as Chauncey Billups said, we were just going to take Nurkic and put him on Russ and just kind of like fight over screens, not switch, and see what he could do. This is what he's turned into in the NBA. He's a liability, and he cannot shoot. So what does he do? He decides to walk the ball up on the spot where he historically shoots the worst percentage. This season alone, with over 4 3-point attempts per game, he's averaging 8%. 8% from behind the arc. Unbelievable. And historically, very bad in the 20% right here on this wing. So this is where he decided to shoot it with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. But did the Blazers know that this was going to happen? If you rewatch the tape, they have the entire defense packed in the paint. They're watching Anthony Davis. They're watching LeBron James. And both LeBron and AD are watching Westbrook like, are you really going to do what we think you're going to do? And they allowed him to jump right into this area. And what did they do? Nurkic kind of put his hand out from about 6 feet away, and Westbrook took a shot and missed it horribly. Now, that's an absolute team killer, but you have a little bit of time left on the clock. Well, what do? You sub him out, thankfully, but that was not enough because LeBron James, his head wasn't in it. And I'm telling you right now, I might be a conspiracy theorist, but that last shot that LeBron James put up, it was almost like he didn't want to hit that. He wanted to lose that game on purpose just to send a message that what Westbrook did with 15 seconds left on the shot clock and 30 seconds left in the game was enough to absolutely destroy the Lakers' momentum. So I think he coughed up the game. So this goes right into what do you do with Russell Westbrook. There's many trade talks out there, and Rob Pelinka has been obviously stated as saying that by Thanksgiving, 20 games in, we're going to see which teams are desperate. Well, Rob, I'm here to tell you right now, you may have the most desperate team out there, and these deals may not get any juicier for you. In fact, it may get more difficult. Now, I've done some other videos on this channel about some trades with the San Antonio Spurs, back with the Utah Jazz, and the Detroit Pistons, as well as the Charlotte Hornets. There's a lot of options out there, but we need to get back into this record-breaking game that Russell Westbrook had and see where the biggest flaws were even yet that we haven't even discussed. Now, here's the craziest part of this entire story. Do you realize that the defensive scheme against Russell Westbrook started with the Lakers? Now, if we take a little trip back to the bubble back circa 2020, and we look at the Los Angeles Lakers playing that explosive Houston Rockets team, they drubbed them. And how did they do it? By putting their center on Russell Westbrook. That is the game plan. So Frank Vogel, before Westbrook was even a Laker, in the bubble decided, hey, I know exactly how we're going to stop Russell Westbrook. Well, we're not gonna. We're just going to put our center on him, and we're going to let him shoot from anywhere. And the thing about Russell Westbrook's psychology, he's a shooter. He's not going to pay attention to clock. He's not going to pay attention to teammates. He's not going to pay attention to coaches. And he's going to do what Westbrook does, and he's just going to hoist it up. Now, when he's left that open and he starts thinking about it, his shot is horrific. In fact, anytime that he catches in rhythm, shoots, and uses the glass, his averages usually increase by 30 to 40% on makes. So when he has time to think about it, and that means when your center sags off, he is shooting the lowest percentage of his career. And that's exactly what teams are doing. And it doesn't stop there. In Game 2 this season, what did the Los Angeles Clippers do to Russell Westbrook? They took their big center, the one that was actually tearing up the entire Lakers offensively and defensively, but to finish the game in a 6-point victory over the Lakers, they put Zubac on Westbrook. Well, Coach Chauncey Billups for the Portland Trailblazers, he did the same thing. I'm just going to put Nurkic. So we're going to start seeing this more and more and more, where they're just not going to physically guard. Do you remember back in the day when LeBron James was playing Philly and he stepped all the way into the key 15 feet away from Ben Simmons and dared him to shoot the three-pointer, and he wouldn't even shoot that? That's what they're going to start doing with Westbrook, and it really is going to clog that paint. The Lakers have no chance after that. Now, I will agree, Mr. Westbrook's putting in some great effort, and he had some good defensive stands against Kawhi Leonard. But at the end of the day, costly turnovers, shooting it with 15 seconds left on the shot clock and 30 seconds left in the game, and absolutely crushing chances of the Lakers getting a victory is going to get him an early exit to the bench. Now, this is what we saw to finish the game with about 10 seconds left. They brought in Austin Reeves. But the craziest statistic yet that I have not even gotten to is what we're going to talk about next. But the only way I get to that is if you guys hit the like button. If you hit the like button right now, then I will go and tell you the craziest stat you will ever hear. We're going to talk about what Russell Westbrook did when he finally entered the game. But the Lakers have one of the top defenses in the entire league, supported by the worst offense in the entire league. They are shooting a horrendous 22% from behind the arc. And let's just face it, if you watch a ball get released out of somebody's hands from behind the three-point line, you know and I know that puppy ain't going in. It's a mental thing at this point, and there is so much finger pointing going on. In fact, I do recall multiple times while playing college basketball where we went on some losing streaks, and there was a guy who just didn't show the effort, and he got cooked backdoor to lose a game, and we had it out with him. That's what you're going to start seeing in the Lakers organization, because with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game, Coach Darvin Ham decided to finish it with Russell Westbrook. So he subbed out Troy Brown, who was kind of a light for this Lakers team, and he's a great defender at 6'9", decided to go with Westbrook. And basically from that point on, the entire offense halted. That is when the Portland Trailblazers went on a 16-3 run. That is when they missed every single shot after that, besides the game-tying shot with LeBron James going around Nurkic to dunk it, and also had Anthony Davis at the press conference looking like he was going to punch 7 people in the throat. I don't think Anthony Davis has ever looked that upset. And it also had LeBron James at the podium basically calling out Russell Westbrook, but not calling him out. They all know in that organization that shot right there not only ruined their chances of winning that game, but it 100% ruined the chances of the Los Angeles Lakers keeping Russell Westbrook in the organization. So that brings up the trade talk. What can you get, or what do you have to do, or do you just write this check off and you send his butt home? Because honestly, at this point, just ridding that person from the locker room would boost up the morale and the chemistry, and they wouldn't have that awkward elephant in the room anymore. Trust me, I've been in these locker rooms, and you would really see this team prevail. I think even the confidence of the shooters after that would be better. He's soaking up 15 to 18 shots a game, and he's making 10% of those. So if we start getting some other players some shots in there, and they start falling, these 3-point losses, these 2-point losses, these 6-point losses, they're going to turn into victories over time, and the Lakers are going to seemingly start to win games and go on winning streaks instead of losing streaks. So that means a few things, and you need to vote down in the comment section below. A, do you just send Russell Westbrook home? Do you buy him out? B, do you try and make a trade right now today as quick as you can before this gets any worse? Or C, are you going to do what Rob Pelinka said and wait till Thanksgiving or wait till 20 games in to just see what other teams are struggling so that they can tank for Vic and get somebody? And also don't forget to hit that like button right now, but check out this video right here. You are going to be blown away at what I broke down. You're not going to see this kind of video anywhere else on YouTube, so go ahead, click it right there. Until my next video, homies. We'll catch you later.